Hi, my name is Brian, and I'm currently attempting an 800-kilometer expedition to ski and hike across the entire country of Bulgaria. In this video today, I'm going to talk all about the support crew that's going to help enable me to do this expedition. Two main players are involved. The first is my lovely wife, Krysta, who's also a thru hiker, and she's going to be driving our camper van. And the second major player is our camper van itself, Essie. It's our 2020 Ford Transit self-converted camper van. I'm going to introduce my wife Krysta in this video, and she's going to tell you a little bit about her in her support role. And then I'm also going to give you a quick tour of our camper van Essie so you can see how we're living inside of here.
Hi, I'm Krysta Norwick. I am a thru hiker and a content creator, and I'm also Brian's wife. For his ski and hike across Bulgaria, I'll be helping him by driving our self-converted camper van, Essie, from point A to point B each day to support him on this massive expedition. It's really important that I support him with the van on this expedition, especially because it's winter, so there's going to be adverse weather conditions, cold temperatures, short days, and having a support vehicle there right when you start and right when you finish can just be so incredibly helpful for so many reasons, like getting warm, we've got a heater in here, getting clean, we have a shower in here with hot water, being able to put your gear away and drying it out every night. You are way more likely to get cold and potentially hypothermic in winter, so we can actually dry out his gear every single night in here. It also means he doesn't have to carry as heavy of a backpack as often, so he won't need to carry a shelter always, depending on the route and the conditions, so he can be faster and lighter while he's going. And because it takes so much mental energy and effort to cover a lot of kilometers physically per day, I know this very well from being a thru hiker myself, it is really, really nice to be able to get back to the van and have somebody else taking care of the chores of the household. So I plan to cook meals for him every night so he can just get back, eat, shower, and sleep and not use any extra effort to cook and clean and all of those extra tasks. So I think it's not necessary for him to have me in the van for him to do this, but it makes it a lot easier and safer, and so it was the option that we went for. We just knew it would be a lot more feasible for him to get this expedition done in the time that we have if I was supporting him. I have completed 2 long distance thru hikes at this point in my life, and I have never been the one supporting. So on the Great Divide Trail in Canada, which was a 900-kilometer thru hike, I had Brian supporting me at times and friends and family supporting me. And then on the Croatian long distance trail, which was a 2,200-kilometer hike I did in this past year in 2022, I did have support from Brian. He did basically this exact same role. So he drove the van and I hiked every day, and I actually stayed in the van almost every single night of that hike. And so I've always been the hiker, and I haven't been the one in the support role yet. I have helped friends out by being a safety contact when they're out on their shorter hikes, but I've never done support crew duties to this level before. There are a few things I'm really nervous, worried, and anxious about being the supporter. The first major one is that I need to be alone in the van in a foreign country, which is not something I've done before. So that means, if I break down or something like that, I do feel vulnerable being out on my own in the van. The other thing I feel nervous about is the fact that it is winter, and although I feel confident driving in the winter, I have definitely had some days that challenged me in the past that bring up stressors for me when there's a lot of snow. So I'm a little bit nervous about driving the van through snowy or icy conditions. I do know how to drive in those conditions, and I know how to put our chains on, and I know how to read the conditions to know if I should even drive at all. So I think I'll be completely fine, but that still does make me feel a bit nervous. I suspect that probably the most helpful thing I'll be doing as supporter is just providing a safe space for Brian to land each night when he's done a big taxing day. I know for me that was the most helpful part of having him supporting me in Croatia. I just knew I would get to be home in a comfortable environment, shower, sleep in my comfortable bed, and knowing that I felt it sort of pushed me to finish my day even on the hardest days. And it also allowed me to relax my nervous system. And when you're out there in nature on your own, non-stop, without coming back to your mobile home, then I find your nervous system gets really tired because you're constantly a little bit on edge. So being able to come back, relax, fully have a good sleep, I think can just help rejuvenate you and allow you to be more refreshed and energetic each day on a super long expedition like this. I'm really excited to be the supporter. I offered to do this role. I thought it would be really fun to switch to see each other's side of things, where he's out and I'm in the van, because it was the opposite in Croatia. So I'm really excited to do it because it is going to push me in a different way. I've gone out hiking alone tons, and although it definitely does push me, it's something I'm more used to and I feel pretty confident with it at this point. But being in the van alone and tackling all of that on my own is something that is a bit newer to me and is going to push me in a totally different way. So I'm excited for that and how I'll grow and learn, but I'm also really, really excited to witness Brian go through this really incredible journey and to see how he grows and learns about himself, and to be able to help facilitate that is huge, and it's so important to me because I know how important this trip is to him and how much he needs it. So being able to be there supporting means a lot for me emotionally as well.
Thanks for helping.
You're welcome. Hi guys, it's Krysta here. I'm editing this video while Brian's out hiking, so I'll show you the van. We have a Ford Transit 2020 cargo van. We got the extended length tall version. We converted this cargo van into a camper van ourselves. One of the first things we did was we added windows to the cargo van. This actually had no windows, so we added a side window for our living room, a small window for our bedroom, and 2 rear windows. We also added some Illuminous products. We added a roof rack and 2 hinge rear racks, both from Illuminous. On the rear racks, we added 2 storage bins that we got a local metal fabricator to make for us out of aluminum. We store tools and our propane tank in these bins. On the roof rack, we added 2 solar panels so that we could harness energy from the sun. And on the roof, we also added 2 fans, a large max air fan for our main living space and a small fan for our bathroom. When you open the rear doors, you'll see that we separated our bedroom from our garage space. So above that point is our bed and storage for personal items and things we use daily. And below our bed is our garage storage. In here we have gear stored. We also have our water tank, our fridge, our batteries, our hot water tank, our pump, and a few other items. When you enter through the sliding door, this is what you see. So we've got our kitchen and living room first, then the bathroom, and then the bedroom. Now you know what's underneath the bed, and then above you can see we've made a really comfortable, cozy space for ourselves. We ran pine tongue and groove across our ceiling and stained it this beautiful maple color. We also ran pine tongue and groove along our exposed walls. To keep with the cozy theme, we knew we wanted to have plants in the van. All of our plants that were living actually died, so we replaced them with these fake plants from IKEA, and we just love how they look. It really makes the van feel more like a home than a van. We installed swivel bases on both our driver and passenger seats so that we're in house mode. We can turn the seats around, and it's a nice living room, kitchen, and office space all combined. We also added a second row of seating so that we could have 2 additional seats with seat belts. We bolted this seat to the floor, and this is actually a seat from another Ford Transit van, but a passenger version. Moving on to the kitchen, we installed a 3-burner and small oven stove by Suburban. We also added this extension so we could have more surface area. We have an undermount sink, we have a regular faucet, and a filtered water faucet. I already mentioned that our fridge is under our bed, so you can access it here. We use sticker tiles for the backsplash in the kitchen, and we use those same tiles in the bathroom. Under the oven, we built 3 drawers ourselves where we store our cutlery, our dishes, and our cookware. In the kitchen, we have overhead storage that we also built ourselves, and that's where we like to store our food. Our countertop is a butcher's block that we ordered from Home Depot, and then we lacquered it ourselves. We built a fully wet bath in our van, so we have a shower with both cold and hot water, a Nature's Head composting toilet, and it's all built on top of a shower pan that we had specially fabricated, and I built the wood trivet that the toilet sits on for this nice aesthetic. We have more storage that extends all the way to the back of the van. Our bed is a double-sized bed with a really comfortable mattress and extra throw pillows so that we can lean against our one wall and sit in bed almost like it's a couch. Okay, that's the van. Now you know what Brian will be coming home to every night. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for watching. I was super excited to introduce you to my wife Krysta as well as to our camper van Essie. In the next video, I'll be detailing our entry into Bulgaria and our first impressions of the country. We'll see you at the next one. Cheers! You just finished watching episode 6 of my Ski Across Bulgaria series. In the next episode, I will be documenting my arrival in Bulgaria and everything I need to do before taking my first steps on the trail. I hope to see you there.